Charles Avenue is filling up for the Mardi Gras weekend.
The plan is to get out of town during the Mardi Gras weekend before the city becomes really crazy. After you've experienced a Mardi Gras or two, you either fall in love with it or you ride it out. Instead, Keith, Greg, and I decided we're going to ride right out of it. The forecast says we're to expect excellent weather, so the plan is to loop west into Texas, visit a few national forests, visit Houston, and then ride back along the coast.
Some of us know how to park our bikes, and some don't.
After lunch, we clipped the Atchafalaya National Wildlife Refuge, which is 15,000 acres of protected land between Baton Rouge and Opelousas. Then a little ways on, I spot a lovely field of yellow wildflowers.
She's sunk in here. We thought it was stable, and then she just sunk right in. This right here is decidedly our first, last, and only off-road of this trip.
There's to be no off-roading because 4 or 5 months back, Greg broke his leg crossing a silly mud hole at less than 10 miles per hour. Then a month later, Keith hit oil on the road and broke his collarbone when a Suzuki GT 185 slid out from under him. Got a little bit of ice. Greg asked me to look at the temperature and it's -1 degree outside.
This is what you get for an early February moto trip, right?
The morning cold burns off quickly and it's another lovely sunny day as we reach the Sabine River and National Forest at the Louisiana-Texas border.
We pulled off the side of the road, I think for a photo op, and then Greg pulled out here. And obviously got himself stuck. Off-road is exactly what we're not supposed to do. My broken collarbone and his broken leg have been healing for five months now, but definitely not cleared for action, so.
Picnic for lunch here off the country road, and now Keith and Jess are complaining about wanting a coffee after taking a little bit of a nap.
Yeah, after the picnic lunch, we stop at the Starbucks in Lufkin for a pick-me-up. And of course, every stop with Greg and Keith must include a camera adjustment. After refueling, we visit the Davy Crockett National Forest as we head south to finish the day in Livingston, Texas. The next morning, Keith is ready before us, but then we wait while he deals with a serious wardrobe malfunction. Finally, Keith conquers his jacket zipper and we're off. But it's a short ride before Keith and Greg go trespassing.
We found a great little photogenic spot. Sign said, "Nobody enter except authorized personnel." Greg and I pulled off, but we feel authorized. However, Jess doesn't, so she's back waiting at the gate. If we came and got arrested, what would she do? I told you so!
The question is whether or not she would bail us out.
Yeah, that's the real question.
I'd say it was 50-50.
More like 70-30 with that attitude. Outside Livingston, we enter the Sam Houston National Forest, which is a great place for hiking, camping, kayaking, and off-roading. But we're not doing any more off-roading on this trip. We enjoy riding the narrow country roads through the forest, but soon the tranquility is behind us when we enter the Houston area. In Houston, we stop for lunch and a visit to the REI. Then we continue southeast to the McFadden National Wildlife Refuge. But first, to get there, we pass through the petroleum refineries on the outskirts of Port Arthur. After passing Texas Point National Wildlife Refuge, we enter Sea Rim State Park near sunset and find ourselves a wild campsite on the beach. The next morning reminds us that it's still February and we are slow to pack camp as the sun rises. Despite the promise that this is an on-road only trip, we enjoy a short ride on the beach and luckily Greg and Keith suffer no new injuries. West of Port Arthur, we return to Louisiana on a bridge over Sabine Lake and enjoy a pleasant ride along the coast. We get a nice break during the ferry crossing just before Cameron. From there on, it's a straight shot through wetlands and coastal forests until we reach New Orleans.